Okay. We're recording the conversation. It's just me, you, Anna, and that's it. Oh, thank you. We're at a diner right now eating, and I'm doing the conference call from here.
Thank you.
The conference call tonight. It's called, the topic of tonight is, how do you feel about your brain injury? Do you accept it, deny it, have hatred? And how do you move forward with a positive outlook? That's the topic of what we're talking about tonight.
Oh, I seen that. I
Okay.
seen the topic
Okay.
an hour ago.
No, you just didn't remember?
No, I didn't remember. I didn't remember over my phone. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this.
Okay, I forgive you.
It's like, if I lose my phone, if I lose my phone, it's $25 to shut it off and $5 to turn it back on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were trying to have the conference call from my house tonight, where we have the office, but we're helping our son get a new car tonight. So we were in Jersey. We were about an hour from our house, hour and a half from our house.
Anna decided to take me on a honeymoon drive.
Anna decided to take me on a honeymoon drive to a 50s diner that she's been to that was really nice, big.
Mhm.
Here, look around. Look. Oh, you can't see. You're not on your computer, you said, right?
I'm on my tablet.
Can you see video?
Oh, so you could see the video then.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you see that car? That's right in the screen.
Mhm.
That's one of my favorite cars that I was going to buy when I was 17 years old. And it just so happened to be here. It's a 72 Oldsmobile Cutlass convertible. Beautiful old car.
Yeah, thank goodness I was trying to get one of the kids. I was trying to get one of, did you see me? I was trying to get one of the kids out of my bedroom. So that's why it took me so long to meet
No.
to get on audio and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Cause I was like, thank goodness, I'm trying to do this without him interrupting me, so I don't want to be interrupted by him, because if he comes in my room, if he kind of comes in my room, if he comes by my bedroom, I'm gonna go by my door and shut it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't want him to interrupt me. It I don't like him when he interrupts me, and it hurts me, and it hurts you guys, and it just really hurts me. It hurts me, and when and when when my caregiver gets ill, I have to go outside and to her call and find my phone.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm really just dreading this really right now. Oh my God, I'm really, cause I can't. My mom's like, they're gonna take probably $45 out. And my mom's probably gonna take $45 out of my bank account. We can't find my phone. I just don't know what to do at this point.
Just relax. Everything will be all right.
Yeah.
So it's now 7 o'clock. So we're gonna wait. Oh, Robert's on. Hi, Robert. How are you? Robert, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. How you doing? We're spontaneously doing the conference call from a 50s diner. That
Now, are you guys in Jersey?
yeah.
I am so jealous. I live in West Virginia, but I lived in South Jersey for 12 years. I miss the diners like crazy. The food, everything Jersey. Sorry.
It's okay, no problem. Well, Katrina just called in.
Hello, Michael.
Hi, how are you?
I had to get a cortisone shot. I'm getting them every 3 months now.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's a good
I
thing.
better go inside. There's kids.
So yeah, we're at this place called the Chatterbox Diner, and it's like a 50s diner here. This is the first time I've ever been here before, and they just gave us it's called a taco soup. Oh my God, it was a little bowl of soup. It was amazing. So,
It's our honeymoon drive.
so anyway, I wanted to tell you guys about the conference call tonight. It is on topic, and I was just telling Crystal about it. The call is being recorded, so please refrain from using any foul language.
Like chicken.
I am like chicken. The topic of this tonight is, let me find it. I gotta look it back up again. Is how do you feel about your brain injury? Do you accept it? Do you deny it? Do you have hatred? And how do you move forward with a positive outlook? That's the basis of the call tonight, but it's still early. I'm hoping that we get more callers in. Generally, Katrina knows, and so does Crystal. The first 30 minutes is waiting for other callers to call in, and we can have some small talk, and then at 7:30, and then we'll get on topic and start going over the details of what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah, my first time, but that's understandable. Absolutely.
Thank you. It's very laid back. I mean, we have to be good because of FCC, restrictions and stuff, but it is laid back. Everybody is generally like, we all just keep in touch, joke around and things like that to just break the ice and get to know each other's personalities, not just what we read on Facebook type stuff. So, thank you. Thanks.
Can I grab you anything?
Some more coffee. That's all I need. Thank you. Okay, we just have a caller that called in. Jennifer, hi. Can you hear me, Jen?
Yes.
Do I know you, Jen?
Nope, I'm new to this.
Well, you and Robert are both new tonight, and I'm glad you called in. Thank you. The call is being
Hey.
recorded.
Hey,
Hold on.
hey, Mike, can we? Hey,
Hold on.
hey, Mike, before you start going over the topic, can we introduce ourselves?
I'm going to. Hold on one second. I'll be right there, Crystal. As I was saying, is that the call is being recorded for FCC purposes. It's not shared unless everybody agrees it's okay to share it. I mean, I'm hoping we have a wonderful call tonight. Only one time have I ever done that, but it was a really nice night. So it's laid back. Like I was saying before, it's on topic. We get to know each other, get to know each other's personalities, and it's a bit more than what we just have on Facebook, which is kind of cool.
Where's that?
Good. It's good. Thank you.
This is our beautiful waitress.
Okay, thank you. Look, we got a little monster on here. Hi. Who's that, Jen?
This is my nephew Xavier.
We're a sucker for my wife are both teachers. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm living back with my parents and a 2 6-year-olds. So.
So, you guys, if you don't mind, go ahead. Let's introduce ourselves. I mean, you guys know who I am, obviously. So, Robert, what brings you into the brain injury community?
Yeah.
Well, my name's Robert Sargent. I don't mind using the name. I lived in New Jersey for 12 years till I suffered a TBI last August. Real quick, I was in Maryland on the back of in my campsite on the back of a golf cart, having a blast. And when he took a turn, I came off and back of my head met pavement. I was flown to Baltimore for 9 days, and then physical fitness rehab in New Jersey for 2 weeks, and then I've been in West Virginia ever since, back home with my parents. Currently in the process of disability pension from my job because I was a dispatcher for the New Jersey Turnpike.
Oh.
So memory loss, dealing with information very quickly, pretty much everything that I did is especially working public safety. It's just not something I didn't want to go back to. I would have loved to, but yeah, it's just I don't know. That's pretty much my basic story of what brings me here.
What campsite was it, Robert?
Ever heard of Elkton, Maryland?
All right. What campsite was it, Robert?
It's called Indian Acres Campground. It's right next to
I
Delaware.
can't hear you. Hold on one second. Hold on, I can't hear you for some reason. Somebody tried calling and it interrupted the call. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. What campsite was it that you had an accident?
It's in Maryland. It's Indian Acres Campground down by Elkton, Maryland, and Middletown, Delaware.
Oh, okay. Middletown, Delaware.
We're not far.
We're not far from there, yeah. So, yeah, I'm a survivor too. I didn't know if you knew that about me. I fractured my skull in a car accident, helping a friend of mine out 12 years ago. And yeah, I know the rehabilitation process and stuff. I was blessed, but I know the struggles in that. and the doubt and the concerns and the worry of getting your old life back and things like that. So
Thank you for that. Yeah, my moving back here, which is I'm blessed to be with my parents. I've said I wouldn't rather be anywhere else, but losing my place in Jersey, the job I busted my you know what for to get that I love. But yeah, it just I always say it's easier said than done. But my life didn't end on August 19th of 2015, and I'm not gonna let it rule me and just look forward. It's easier said than done, but yeah, I was too close, if you know what I mean. And that's,
yeah,
I don't take it lightly, but I don't dwell on it. I try not to.
yeah,
Was I doing the smartest thing in the world? No. Yeah, and I've been. I won't say too much, but I've been pretty much called an idiot because of how it happened. And I said, okay, do we all do things we shouldn't, stupid stuff? Yeah, but we don't expect that to happen.
wow, that's a good outlook on it. We're gonna get more details though about.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to, not go into everything.
It's okay. I want to give Jennifer a chance to introduce herself while I eat
Um,
dinner.
That's fine. I am Jennifer Wheeler, and I am actually, yesterday was 9 months from a car accident that I was in coming back from vacation, and my car was sideswiped by a semi, and I got the massive impact of it. So I came out of it, praise God, with a concussion and whiplash. And so I'm learning how to adjust after that incident. But it's hard. So
Yeah. Crystal, would you like to introduce yourself to our new members?
Okay. Okay, my name's Crystal Sanford. um, um, I have I was born with hydrocephalus, known known as waddle on the brain, known as waddle on the brain, and it's I've been dealing with that since 2000 since I think since both, all since 2012. I think since 2012. If you can help me, Michael, you can go on, Michael, with that, because I don't know. I'm really like, oh.
Well, what would you like me to explain? I mean,
Yes,
you have hydrocephalus, right? You were born with that?
yes.
Yes. And you're 22 years old.
No, 23.
Oh, 23. I'm sorry. Whoops, sorry. She has boyfriend troubles. She's always dealing with boyfriend troubles.
She's our Giggles.
She's our Miss Giggles. She likes chicken. Now
She likes to make me laugh.
Crystal loves to, we just make her laugh. She loves silliness, so She's very down to earth and really funny about stuff. This one. I'm sharing my food with my wife. It's like small sausage. So we're waiting for more people to call in. I'm hoping we can get. There was what did I say? 23 people that are supposed to be on the call. So I'm waiting for some more people. We got about 15 more minutes. Patrina, would you like to introduce yourself to our new members? Maybe I lost her. Katrina, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, would you like to introduce yourself to our new members?
Yes. My name is Katrina. I have a brain disease called bipolar, but more likely, I'm here for Michael and Anna and everybody else to support them.
I'm going to close my game card.
Oh. Oh. Hold on.
I just
Sorry.
like being very supportive when it comes to brain injury and everything like that.
First he's crying about her. Now he's crying about Wayne.
Sorry? What was that?
Huh?
I didn't hear what you had just said.
I'm just a very big support person when it comes to your group.
Yes, she is.
Sorry for the noise.
Who killed the chicken?
Hey, Anna, will you text me, please?
I'm eating dinner right now.
And I don't have my phone.
Yeah,
I'll do it later.
the kids have her phone. We helped them get a car tonight. So
No, it's just this way. And Patrick left, basically.
oh boy.
That's okay. You got me. I'll be mommy and daddy.
Hey, you can't leave Michael out.
Chicken.
I'm the old man.
Is he inside yet? Sorry, we have a upset child. He's
Who is that, Robert?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get a good view and show you where I am. Kind of, like I said, I live in West Virginia, in the middle of nowhere. Like our nearest town is 40 minutes away.
Let me
Hey, I live in the middle of nowhere, Robert.
Us too.
here. There is a sharing option on here. I just said okay on it. I can see where you're located now.
That kind of looks like where we live.
Yeah.
Like that's our backyard is a mountain.
If it wasn't dark in here, I'd be able to show you outside where we're at now. It's very simple.
Let me go back out. Back.
So I'll tell you guys too, Jennifer, if you can hear me, every week on Tuesdays we try to have these calls. Well, we do have these calls every Tuesday. And sometimes we have topics that we discuss. Sometimes it's open mic. Anybody could just talk about anything. But I try to keep it on topic and specific about things so we can break the ice, and then we could also have small talk a little bit later. So on Thursdays, we do a caregivers conference call where it's primarily for caregivers, but it's important that we have brain injury survivors on the call as well, so we can share each other's stories and kind of break barriers with the struggles that each side goes through so they can understand and talk to each other. So,
I can support that wholeheartedly.
it's new. Having the conference calls, we haven't had too many caregivers on the call, but I'm trying, and we're trying to push, because sometimes they've just had enough. You know, they don't make time to be involved, but it's fine. The gravy.
You.
I'm busy here eating like a pig.
I already told you I'm jealous. I always said if I moved back to West Virginia, not expecting to do it when I did, of course, but I said the biggest thing I'd miss from New Jersey is the food, especially living 5 minutes from downtown Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah.
I half hour from the shore, which I still try to explain to people here what the shore is.
That's funny.
But I wouldn't, like I said, I've been here ever since I got released from the hospital, and I wouldn't rather be anywhere else.
Yeah. We have something to look forward to then. It's an important thing that I always push on our conference calls, and just as a group, you know, professional and things like that, is goal setting. And it's important for all of us, whether, you know, you're a caregiver or a survivor or any role that you play, even just in general in life, is having short-term and long-term goals and working towards getting them, no matter how big or small they are. See, yours is dining.
How I basically said, real quick, of course, is, you know, how I lost my place in Jersey, lost my, unable to do my job anymore. And I try to look forward, and I'm trying to get into other things that mean the world to me that I was never able to put my time into because I have way too much free time now.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm trying. I mean, do I miss my life in Jersey? Absolutely. But I'm trying to focus on getting into other things that mean the world to me. Like I said, that again, I'll say it 1,000 times to warn you, easier said than done, but it just, yeah, trying not to look on the past.
Yep. You can't. It's a waste of time.
Yeah, I'm fortunate enough to be able to even have the disability pension as an option, and that's the way I look at it. Is not if I get depressed and upset about it, I think, oh, I can't. I wish I could go back to my job, of course, but I think, thank God I had this option.
Oh, absolutely. That's a blessing for people struggling to be on.
Still waiting to hear, but it just, yeah, it's a struggle, but when I get the letter, I get the letter.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I think that's one of the things for me too is adjustment. It's been very hard to acknowledge and accept the fact of my new life.
Yeah. Better.
9 months and being able to walk and talk and move, but knowing that there's something going on in my body, in my head for sure.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know if I send it.
Definitely. I'm still learning after a year
What's the card?
what's still there, what's not, the effects, the symptoms, like, you know, is there improvement, is there not? I'm still getting used to it. And they told me in the hospital after that it takes about a year to even know what's permanent, and I'm still in that process, so I can definitely relate to that.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect, and the first 2 months after it happened, that was a huge learning process, figuring out what was wrong. Is this going to get better? Is this going to get better? And what's there is there. I'm trying.
All right, let me go out. Thank you. I'm in a panic right now because we had to run out. I need the keys. We had to run out and take care of this with our kids today. and I wasn't able to charge my phone.
Oh,
This conference call that I'm doing, I'm worried that my phone's going to go dead in the middle of the conference call, and it just started. I was at 45%. I'm down to 14%, and we
no.
haven't even really started the call yet. So I'm in a bit of a panic right now. So you're
Streaming
watching
doesn't help that.
here. What's that? I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I think one of the other things for me is it's been a trial and error. So like today I was doing laundry and I couldn't finish it because my body couldn't handle it. So I
Yeah.
think just accepting a lot of things, you know. Hold on a
Well,
minute.
that's part of what we're gonna get into talking about tonight. Is all of that?
Okay, then you're fine. I'm ready.
No, it's fine. I know.
Bye-bye. Are we almost done?
Oh boy. I had a portable battery pack. Now I can't find it. Nope.
Murphy's Law loves me. What can go wrong will go wrong.
Yeah, well, this has been the way my day's gone since I woke up this morning. I'm like, oh no.
If I just want to check Facebook, I have 100%. If I'm doing something, yeah.
Yep. You're trying to be productive. Well, I'm going to tell you guys this. The call is being recorded, and if I get disconnected, even though I'm the host, it will still stay on and still continue being recorded until the call ends, until everybody hangs up. That's the beauty. That's a good thing, because sometimes I'm on the road when we're doing these conference calls too, and I get disconnected. So. Ding dong. Participants. I'm gonna see if I can now. I got a little battery pack, but the battery pack is dead. So I could even get this going now this way and walk back inside. But like I said, if it gets disconnected, I'll be back shortly. Uh-oh. Who's that?
Mike,
Oh. Hey, Henry, how are you, bud?
good. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay, my battery may go dead, but we're still going to have the conference call tonight.
Right?
I hope you saw what the subject is we're talking about.
No, I didn't.
No, it's on Facebook. But
Okay.
it's about how you view your injuries, and do you hate it? Do you love it? Are you moving, and what are you doing to move forward?
Okay, good enough.
All right?
I'll get back to you guys.
All right. Thanks, Henry. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. We left Jennifer, so hopefully she comes back soon. See what happens. Psst. Oh, there she goes. She came back. Oh, I said two. Henry just called me. And then he says, I'll be back. Let's see what happens. We have Crystal, Katrina, Jennifer just called back. Robert's still on. Oh, Henry's here. There he is. You're muted, Henry. I can't hear you. You're on mute. Henry, I can't hear you, bud. Oh, I hear Robert.
Okay, I think I'm on now.
There you go. I got you.
Okay, now how do I hang up?
What?
How do I hang up?
You don't hang up. You stay on the call.
Do I have to? No, I can't right now. My AT.
Okay, I'll hang you. I could do it.
Okay, thanks.
All right. What did you get? Oh my God. Everything here is so bad, huh?
I know. Can't come back here again ever. Next week.
Well, it's 7:30, so we can get started talking.
But it's okay.
Huh?
See, I definitely know I cannot work in this place.
Henry lives in Jersey. I'm waiting for Susan again for her to get in. She's from Jersey. There's a number of us that are all from Jersey originally, but oh, look at that. And she's showing it to me, and I'm like, oh my God. What is this? Like a blueberry shortcake and ice cream?
It's called blueberry crisp.
Blueberry crisp. Oh, Jennifer left again. She must keep getting disconnected. Have another one? God, I love blueberries. I've been craving blueberries too.
You did not.
Yeah, I love blueberry muffins and making blueberry pancakes. I love them. So good. All right. I'm at 11% now. Oh, this is just wonderful.
Come here.
Okay, here we go. Big bite. They're all watching me eat. This is like, I'll be driving Jennifer crazy. That's why
He's on a diet.
I'm on a diet. Yeah, right.
Did you love your honeymoon drive?
Yes.
You could tell the first job.
I want Jennifer to come back up because there's conversation I'd like to have. I'd like to have her on. I want to talk to her because both Robert and Jen are both. You guys are fairly new survivors, you know. So this is like a pretty critical moment for you guys, which is I'm glad you guys have a positive outlook. 'cause it can be devastating, especially within the first couple of years. I remember me when I was supposed to be in the hospital for 2.5 years, and I was out in 3 months, and well, 6 weeks to be exact. And I thought everything was hunky dory, but then over the next year or two, I started getting the reality of it, and acceptance and going back over it. And it was 3 years after my accident, I ended up going back to where I was doing my outpatient therapy and going there and talk to them about, who I realized I am now, and acceptance of it. And telling them what I did with the brain injury group. That was when, I had already started this whole organization. And they loved it. I mean, they thought it was phenomenal. But I wanted them to give me new clues, about remembering things better, impulse control, and temperament, and accepting who I am now, and things like that. So these are all little keys that I try to bring up with other survivors to be able to, that's how we end up realizing the differences between the outsider's perspective and survivor's perspective. And just knowing that somebody's out there that does understand and helps and is willing to open their minds, is wonderful, whether it's for caregivers or survivors. You got to have an open mind, because who you are now is not who you were yesterday. And that goes with anybody in life. So that's a big thing I've always been pushing since I got out of the hospital. We're all a product of our environment, but we choose what that environment's going to be. That's the bottom line. You could change, your lifestyle, the way you have things, and the way things are around you. And if you can't, you find somebody who can help you get there. And that's why we're here, and why we do what we do. So the topic of tonight was how do you view your brain injury? And I brought up the questions: do you love it? Do you hate it? And where do you go from here? That's a big thing, a big question. So I think I've always had a pretty good, positive approach to mine since I had mine. But I've never been through that denial phase. I woke up in a coma, I woke up from a coma and was curious, what the hell am I doing here? And they told me. So I was like, wow. And I didn't, it didn't break my heart, I was just glad I was alive, because my accident wasn't a self-induced wound or anything like that. It was, I fell asleep driving while I was helping my friend who was too tired to drive. It was nothing crazy. I was going home to take care of my family. So, but some people, it's devastating. It's different perspective for each one. So I'd like to, you guys, you can give your part and talk about how you view things now, if you'd like. So, yeah, Robert, you're the next one in line, my friend. So you just you can give the little rundown of how you see things, because this is all about perspectives and how we move forward. So, what was it like when you first found out about what had happened to you?
Well, I can definitely relate to waking up to it. Can't say what I said, but I'll never forget it. What, where, why, how, and I just for the first couple months, especially the first month, I beat myself up like crazy as to how it happened. Not sure who might be on or might not that heard my story before. But I've always said I said this before. I always say easier said than done, but I now today, about a year and almost 2 months, a year and 2 months after the accident, I try to look forward. I'm blessed. I'm here, and if not for me, my parents, because I've said I never want them to get that call again, and I don't know. I dealing with others is kind of rough a lot. Basically what I deal with, I think a lot of us do, is as my therapist said, invisible impairment. That's, if if you can't see it, it's not there.
Yeah.
And I just try to, instead of working myself up over that, is it frustrating? Absolutely, but I try to educate, and in plain words, honestly, focusing on who's there, who tries to understand, who's there, and if you're not, then I see both sides of it. I see how hard it is for me, but I know it's not easy for, like, my family. I know I've changed. My mom would say this. She said this to me multiple times, that she told me my nickname's Robbie. I grew up being called Robbie, and she said I'm not the same Robbie. And it was hard when I first heard that, but in the back of my mind, I knew that where it was coming from, her dealing with the direct aftermath of what happened, me being ICU for 9 days, and she's trying to figure out what's going on with me, just like I am myself.
Oh, absolutely. That's wonderful. I mean, it sounded like she was more accepting. I have family members that still either once tell me to get over myself, like I'm looking for sympathy, or two, they pity me because they think that, I'm not the Mike that I used to be. And I'm like, well, are you the same person that you were yesterday? No, we're all different on account of life circumstances. Move on, move forward, get over it.
Yeah, I try to. As I said, there's good days, bad days for all of us, and it's the adjustment of me being back home from living by myself, having my own life. Being independent. There's the better word. There we go. Being independent for so long. And I'm still adjusting to it, and I know they are as well. And I used to tell my mom the first couple months when it would really, and here's where my mind kind of just wandered. Like, I know the word I want to say, but I can't think of it and can't get it out. That just when it would really hit her too. I would say, Mom, you're still in Baltimore. And that's where I was flown to. And I said, your mind's still in Baltimore right now. And it happens to my family just as much as it happens to me. And I try to understand that. And we can have talks about it. And she'll even tell me certain things, that some things that are different. And here's a crazy example. Where my injury was, where I slammed my head on the pavement, was the back of my head. And I have no sense of smell since the accident. My taste is very limited, unfortunately. That's the biggest one for me. And she'll have to tell me now with my cat. I don't know if anybody saw. I have my my cat's right here. And if I wait the litter too long or something, she'll tell me, I know you can't smell, but It sounds mean when she says, "I know you can't smell, but we can." But I know what she means. Yeah, she understands that.
Okay.
So it's a process for all of us, and kind of it always will be. Not kind of, it will be.
It will be. That's life. That's the difference between an old a TBI, or a brain injury, period, is who we are yesterday, who we are now, and who we are tomorrow. That is everyday life for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. I mean, anybody goes through I'm trying to bite my tongue because what I want to say and what I'm saying, I'm trying to keep it level. But we all go through struggles in life. We are not a product of who we are yesterday. We are a product of who we are now, and we decide where it goes from here. You decide. You have a way of deciding your perspective. You decide on the way you want to see things and where you can go from here. And generally speaking, I try to manipulate people to think positive, because that's the only way your life's going to get better. Because when you don't, your life just dwindles. Your health dwindles. Everything falls apart. You lose your mind, you lose your health. That's just the way life happens. So you got to have a positive approach. I mean, we all have ups and downs, and hard times are difficult to go through. But you get on. You move forward. You get over it, and you move forward. That's the whole idea.
Kind of like
you're blessed. Robert, you're blessed that you have such an uplifting, family members there for you.
Mm-hmm.
And keep this in mind, those who can't accept it, cut them off.
That. I've been there, done that. Yeah.
Yeah. They've got to accept you for who you are now, and that's it. And it hurts, but you know what? To each his own. They choose their fate. They want to be involved, they would be. And I've lost thousands of people that were there for me. When I was in a coma, hundreds and hundreds of people were showing up at the hospital every day, praying for me and things like that. And then once I got released from the hospital, they all disappeared.
Mm-hmm. They think once you discharge, it's done.
Yeah. I wondered for 2 years, where are my friends at? Where are the loved ones that I keep hearing about were there for me? And I don't know where they are. I don't know who they are, where they are, or where they went, or nothing. So,
yeah.
Zone, whatever. So
that's why I kind of said, like I said before, how my almost, the word, like, mantra, I guess, my way of thinking when it starts to hit me is August 19th, 2015, I made it. And I'm not gonna, not in vain. There we go. I didn't make it in vain, and I'm not gonna let it roll me.
Good. Beautiful. There's two people that got on the call. I think they're still on. Oh no. Tara called.
Elaine, are you here?
Tara called. And Elaine is here. Yes, that's what I wanted to introduce and say hi and thank Elaine. Hi, Elaine. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm a friend of Robbie's from real life, and we knew each other in our teenage years. And but I'm here tonight because I was in a car accident in December, and I'm not sure where I should start really, but I'm really glad that this exists because I have a really supportive husband. I'm really grateful for him. And I've got some people in my community who are really supportive, but they really just have no clue what it means to be supportive or how to be supportive in a way that's actually supportive. So they care, but and I'm grateful for that. But there's a lot of like, I really hope you get off that walker soon, or seeing my using a cane is a bad thing rather than asking me about it.
Yeah. Educate them.
Yeah. That's also super exhausting.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
If they want to know, the bottom line is, Elaine, if they want to know, they'll ask. If they make judgments or anything like that, you could say, if you have any questions, ask me. Don't assume. And that's really what the bottom line is. That's really what it comes down to.
What I've tried to do is be really open about things on Facebook. So
Yes.
if people know me well enough to know me on Facebook, like when I got the walker, I was like, hey, dudes, I have a walker. Don't be freaked out. This is why I have it. This is why it's a good thing, so that they could work through their own ableism before they saw me in person. And so that was good. But then there are the people who aren't on Facebook, maybe, who don't get that information. But really, I'm grateful to have those people in my life who I can run into and who can get me riled up. But that's the thing, is I know I'm super emotionally volatile, and I know that if anything happens that gets me worked up, I just kind of stay worked up.
Yeah.
And that didn't used to be. Is that true for anybody else?
Oh, absolutely. No, it is completely true. I mean, there is, aside from traumatic brain injuries, the most common factor that we have in the brain injury community is stroke victims. And it is so common when somebody sees somebody, Henry, I'm waiting for him to come back on, because Henry's a stroke survivor, and he's got a walker, and people will freak out when they, not freak out, like being shocked and start crying, but they pass judgment because they see a walker. They think, oh, this person's an invalid, or there's something mentally, wrong with them, and blah, 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 and that kind of stuff. It's these preconceived notions. And that's one of the big reasons why we try to do not just advocacy, but brain injury awareness. So people, just like you, Elaine, and Robert, and myself, or any one of us, is that it's a hidden disability. And what people don't know, they need to be educated about. So this whole thing needs to be brought to the surface, because it could happen to anybody at any given time. Nobody sees an aneurysm. Nobody sees a stroke. Nobody sees the TBI coming, unless you're on a slow fall. But you know what I mean? So now we keep it out there for other people. That's one of the things I'm adamant about in the group we have on Facebook is endorsement, because people need to learn. People need to, like I tell people all the time, you don't have to have a brain injury to be part of our group, because strength happens in numbers. And the more you read, the more you'll be educated. So if you have a child that's born with a brain injury, you know where to go. You know who to talk to. When you need support services. Oh, there goes my phone. Yeah.
It's great that you're putting all that information out there, so that when someone needs something, they're able to get that information and able to find resources.
Elaine?
Yes. Hi.
Hey, his battery was very, very, very low, and he said he would probably lose us. I think he'll be back.
Oh, okay.
I think he's gonna go charge it or something. But yeah, this is this is bittersweet, if that makes sense. It's pretty rough, but and I'm pretty familiar with support groups. I haven't otherwise, but yeah, it makes me feel good what's the word we say in the other support group? I haven't explained that yet, but validating, very validating.
Mm,
There we go. not alone.
That's right. Is there anyone else that hasn't spoken yet that would like to talk about what's on their mind tonight?
Anyone else?
I just wanted to throw that out there. It's okay if people want to just listen too. I right now, what's going on in my life is that I have lost my job. Of course, I after the accident didn't work for a long time, and then I tried to go back to my job, and that didn't work out. And that was really a hard thing, because for me, after the accident, I couldn't do basically anything that made me feel like me. I can't read. I can't play games. I can't go on hikes. I can't do anything that made my self-concept. Sorry, I'm also having some trouble with words, but the things that made me. And so I thought, oh man, maybe I can go back to work. And while I was in my house recovering from the brain injury, I was really monitoring myself for ability to work. And as soon as I thought, okay, I can handle doing work things, I went back to work. But unfortunately, a bunch of other things, I had a lot of symptoms return when I went back to work. And, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
More help.
Yeah. So
Mom was just talking to me.
So I'm struggling with rebuilding myself and rebuilding really my reasons for living. Right now I've got two main reasons to live. One is the people who care about me that I was talking about before. And the other one is my rehab. And I got a call on Friday that the car insurance company is doing a peer review of my rehab services, which basically means that they're trying to find a reason to stop paying for my rehab.
Oh,
So
yeah.
So that was really super threatening to me. But I went to rehab today, and they said that I should talk to my friend who's a lawyer and maybe ask him what to do next, possibly get him involved just in terms of writing them a letter or something, letting them know that I have a lawyer, letting them know that they can't screw around with me on that. But I feel really humbled by having to just start from scratch with like who I am as a person.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is like truly where I am right now. That's what's up.
Yeah. A year and 2 months later, I'm still figuring out who the hell I am right now. Like what's going to come back, what's not. Trying to accept pretty much what's here is here. And it's bad enough trying to quote unquote accept it when you have to let everybody else know and they have to deal with it themselves. And, you know, it's kind of a double-edged sword, I guess. Or I know that's not the right word, but I guess it's kind of,
I understand.
It's one, yeah. You know, it's bad enough for me to try to accept it. And like I said before, losing pretty much everything. I think I told you, I have an aunt in New Jersey that just, I don't talk to her anymore. We fought, and she refuses to talk to me, and I'm just fine with that, to be honest. Well, I don't want to say just fine. It hurts, but, you know, if I'm not in a wheelchair, I must be good, is the way she looks at it.
Mhm.
And the invisible impairment, as my therapist called it, and convinced that I'm trying not to go back to work and I want to get on disability. And I said, you think I don't want my 70 grand a year job back that I loved,
Mhm.
that I busted my what to get?
Yeah.
Losing my house, losing my job, losing everything. I mean, I'm glad to be here with my parents. There's no better spot for me, but it just, and when I tried to explain to her about losing everything, that's when I got called an idiot for how my accident happened. And that's what I said. Was I the smartest thing in the world? No. Did I want my mom to get the call saying they didn't think I was going to make it? Like, yeah. I've just tried to, and kind of like Michael said before, he said, if they don't get it, if they don't want to, if they can't just, he said, easier said than done, like you said, but cut them out. And that's why to say that I'm mental health wise, that I'm better off not speaking to my aunt. I hate to even say that, but at the same time, it's true. I shouldn't have to explain. Well, I can explain, but shouldn't have to justify. Shouldn't have to try to, when I'm getting judged like crazy over how it happened. And I understand I'm not the same person. My mom has said that before, and she's at least understanding and tries to the best she can, because I know she's dealing with it just as much as I am, even now, and always will be. But I know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Yes. Yeah. This is not even remotely the same situation, but there's a friend on Facebook who recently had a baby, and she posted on Facebook, man, I really wish I could just collect disability. And I hit that unfriend button so fast.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have time to educate. I don't have time to really do anything about it. Of course, like, if it was a closer friend, well, if it was a closer friend, they wouldn't have said anything like that, honestly, because they know exactly what that looks like in my life. But you can't have that type of negativity in your life, because there's so much that's hard for us to deal with just making it through a day, that if you got someone who's bringing you something, an extra layer of something bad, then it's not worth it for your recovery.
Because that's how I've tried to think too, is just, and that's how when I still do get upset about the things with my aunt. And I know it wasn't just all her. I understand. I've been told by my mom multiple times that I have a quick temper now that I never ever had before.
Mm-hmm.
My neurologist even said, your pre-existing conditions, I know, as you know, I haven't explained my other story yet, but that it not only did that cause things both physically and internally, but exacerbated things that were already there. And and it just, so I know I'm not totally innocent with the whole thing. But I couldn't just have a conversation. And that's when I just listen or try to understand or something, not say what if I didn't do, and not just her, not to dwell on her, but anybody. It's just, they if I don't listen to you, then that's it. And it just, I'm 32 years old. I'm an adult. I'm doing the best I can. And when I start to get upset about it, I think, I got to think of my health, because me dwelling not just is hard just dealing with, but at the same time, I'm trying to get back as close as I can to the person I was, and that's not going to help.
Right.
And what's there is there, what's not is not. I can do the best I can, and that's it.
Yeah. And it's good to remember too that your brain is still healing.
Yeah.
You and I both are really soon from our injuries, and our brains are still healing. And the first 18 months after a TBI is the critical period of healing. That means that your brain is doing the most healing in the first 18 months after the injury. But your brain is an incredible organ. It's going to keep healing really for the rest of your life. It's going to keep trying to make connections. It's going to keep trying to work around the connections that aren't there anymore. And so in 3 years or 4 years, you might find that the anger is less of an issue, or you might find that it's a little bit easier to find words, or you might notice little improvements as time goes on. So we're not anywhere near done.
Yeah, I notice it here and there. And, you know, good days and bad days. Everybody has that. And some days I'm just fine and nothing comes up, nothing, you know, I feel like myself. And then the other days it's all right there in front of my face. It's that I get slammed with it, that here, by the way, hi, it's almost like to be to be kind of a smart aleck, like you're the, you know, like my brain, like it's almost like my body's telling me, hey, you thought you were good, but here, we're going to remind you what's still here.
Oh.
Hi guys, I'm back.
Hey,
welcome back.
Yeah, I got disconnected before.
Yeah, I told her about the phone conundrum.
Yeah, sorry about that. Luckily, my wife stopped and got me a phone cable, so I was able to charge it real quick and get back on. And it saves the day.
To recap, Robbie and I have been talking about rebuilding ourselves after the TBI. I talked about my identity and sort of losing most of the pieces of myself because I can't do a lot of the things that made up myself. And then we've been talking about brain healing and the people in our lives, how they can help us to
I'm back.
to promote that or not. All right, I'll mute myself again so I can let some other folks talk now.
Okay. We got some new people on, Henry.
Okay.
They're their stories about how they're moving forward since their brain injury. They're both fairly new as Robert and Elaine, and they're new to the call, but they're also fairly newbies to brain injury, or like within the past year and a half.
Uh-huh. Hi, guys.
Okay.
Hi.
So go
Hi,
ahead.
Henry. It's nice to meet you.
You too. Hello?
Yes, we're here. We hear you.
Oh.
Can you guys hear me okay with the wind? I'm sorry.
Yep, hear you loud and clear.
Yep.
So nobody's talking tonight?
Actually, I hate to do this, guys, if you don't mind. I don't know why this is hitting me so hard. I don't know. I think this is the most I've talked about it for a while, and it's just
frustrating.
Really, really kind of overwhelming. Not a bad thing, but I might have to. I'm sorry. I might have to run. It's just really.
It's understandable.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but I don't think I have to.
Right.
No. You're breaking the ice. It's okay. It's a stepping stone. It's good. It's a good thing. I'm glad that you're opening up and at least you're getting to know us who do understand. That's the whole idea behind what we do.
Exactly. And this is a godsend. Trust me. I'll yeah, definitely needed this. But it's just anytime a lot of information hits me, I feel like I'm being overwhelmed, and I think it's just really just starting to hit home.
Okay, no problem. Thanks,
I'm
Robert.
glad we got to talk tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And thank you. And I will definitely be on this again. You can be sure of that.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Hey, Mike, before I forget, can you call me after the call, please?
Yeah. Hopefully my phone doesn't die again.
Okay.
It died on me before, and you just happened to call back in time.
Well, can't you just plug it in?
I am. Anna just stopped it somewhere and got me a phone cable so I could charge my phone a little bit. I'm at 1% right now.
Right.
So it's working so far, so good.
Uh-huh. Oh, you're not in the house?
No, we went and got we helped Joel get a new car today.
Uh-huh.
And we just got a new caller. Carol just called in. Hi, Carol. Okay, maybe she's muted.
So the topic, I don't like what happened, but they deal with it.
I'm sorry?
As far as the topic goes, I don't like it, but they deal with it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think anybody would wish for a brain injury to happen to them, yeah. But we deal with it. We got to move forward. We got to move on. And
Right.
that's who we are now, and
Well,
approach again. We'll be getting better. We'll be getting,
well,
back on track.
right. What I'm doing to move forward is, like I said, I volunteer at the YMCA twice a week. And I'm going Friday for what they call a PPD test, which is similar to a tuberculosis test, so I can volunteer at JFK.
Yep. Yeah, I know exactly what. Yeah.
Yeah, so do not. Hello?
Yeah, I got you. I heard you. Moving
It's-
forward, you're finding a new purpose and something to do with your life to move forward.
Yeah, I have to do something. I can't sit around no more.
Yeah.
Is anybody else on the call?
Carol's on, Crystal's on, and Elaine and Patrina.
Oh, okay.
And
Katrina, you're over quiet tonight.
she's having a bit of a rough night tonight.
Is she? Okay.
Yeah. So, Elaine, it's nice hearing from you. Would you like to speak up some more? You can introduce yourself.
Me?
Yeah, if you'd like. And Carol.
Oh, sure. Hi. My name is Elaine, and I had a traumatic brain injury in December of last year. So I'm just a little bit over 9 months from the injury. And I'm in a lot of rehab right now. I'm having occupational, physical therapy, speech therapy, and vestibular and vision therapy. And
Right.
that is a lot of therapy. And that's all been very helpful. I've got really good people helping me. And I recently lost my job, which was a really big blow. I hadn't been working after the injury, and I tried to return to work because I was working at a college, and it was the new semester. I was actually a statistics and neuroscience tutor, so I understand a lot about what happened to my brain and what happens to brains that are injured. And that's been really helpful for me in understanding my symptoms. Like if I have a feeling that's impulsive, I'm like, all right, frontal lobe, you're not gonna get to rule the show tonight. So that's good. I guess it's also a little bit bad because I understand, like, oh, that symptom means I have damage in this part of my brain too. So pros and cons to that, but mostly pros because it helps me understand what's going on, and I am wishing that I was more able to do more things because of how many things I lost the capacity to do that made up myself, and so really trying to have a meaningful life without the things that made up who I was before. That's what I'm currently trying to do, trying to work toward. That's
Right.
me in a nutshell.
It's not easy. It's overwhelming.
Yes. Is that something that you can relate to?
Yes.
Absolutely.
How did you deal with that, or with your version of that?
Who's that, Henry or myself?
Either, anybody.
Well, yeah, me personally, I just deal with whatever comes along, day by day. That's all you can do. Because I
Staying in the
found
present.
if I try to do too much, I wind up doing nothing.
Yeah, I hear you there. I definitely wear myself out
Yes.
real fast.
Yes, that's what I found.
Yeah, Henry is, 15 years post-injury, right?
20.
20. And I'm 12. And I get the same way, where there's a point where you're just overwhelmed and everything's just piling up and you just need to shut down and just cool off. That's a very common trait, and it's an overstimulation. That's it's very, I mean, now I teach kids with special needs, and it's a common thing that I see even with them, where it's too much and they don't know emotionally how to deal with that. And sometimes we don't either, even all of us that are survivors, sometimes we end up getting touchy, get oversensitive, and you just block things out. You just you don't get all of it. It just takes a time where you gotta step back and cool off and get your head together. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. It's the cognitive therapy. I mean, that's part of the whole gist of it, is the cognitive end of it, is organizing your thoughts, constructively thinking properly. And another thing that I try to do as much as I can is a self-assessment. And saying, okay, I got to shut down. I got to cool off. I got to relax. I got to get my head together, and that's it,
That is really challenging for me, and I'm working on it in my various rehabs because I don't have a really good sense of self-monitoring. Like, I can tell when I'm about to hit meltdown mode. I can tell when I'm getting a headache. I can tell when things are really bad, but I can't really tell when like anything before that. So
It takes years, a long time to master.
Yeah, it takes a lot of understanding. And patience is a big one.
Yeah, big one, very big.
Yep.
well, thank you for that. I feel like I'm sitting with sages who've been doing this a very long time. So I'm really grateful that you're here.
Good. You have a spouse?
I do have a spouse. I have
Okay,
a very supportive husband who happens to be a nurse.
right.
So he's very, very understanding.
Good. That's
I'm
great.
very
That's big part
grateful
of
for
the
that.
battle. Big part of it.
Absolutely. No, I'm very blessed now. Before 2 years ago, before I met my wife, I didn't have anybody that understood. Nobody. Nobody for 10 years.
Mm.
And I lost a lot of valuable, well, what I thought were valuable friends. And I lost a lot of relationships on account of it, whether it was, me or them, or just, feeling overwhelmed and sensitive about stuff and where is everybody at and that whole kind of routine. I'm just so sick of hearing I love you as like, I don't want to hear those 3 words. I want you to show me, make it
Right.
ask me
Right.
what you're doing. I don't hear from somebody for so long. And then when they do talk to me, they say, I love you. I'm like, really? Where you been? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
The biggest struggle I've had in my whole life, and where are the people I need the most when I need them now? That kind of thing.
It gets overwhelming. At times, a lot of times, it gets overwhelming. Just have to deal with it. So you
Yeah.
can do.
Yep. Carol, you're awfully quiet tonight. Oh, giggling. Okay, that's what she does.
That's because I'm tired.
It's okay. You're entitled to that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's difficult learning where the lines are that that you need to take a break, and I was fortunate in my vision therapy that I was going to. They watched me like a hawk and made me aware of little things that I would do before I started getting symptoms. Like my hands would tense up, my shoulders would tense up. I would start to squint. And all these things were just the precursors before I started getting symptomatic. And so I try to really pay attention to the signals that my body's giving me to know that, hey, it's time for a break.
Yeah. Somebody else just called in. It's a 616 number. May I ask who that is?
Angie.
Oh, hi, Angie. How are you?
Hi, I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good.
We're talking about tonight.
What?
I said, did you see the topic that we're talking about tonight?
Yeah, but I forgot what it was. What was it? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I forgive you. We're talking about how do we accept our brain injury now that they've happened. I mean, do you hate it? Do you love it? How do you move forward? And how do you move forward in a positive approach?
Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah, but somebody else was talking, so I'm not going to butt in right now.
No. We all discussed this because the call started about an hour, almost an hour and a half ago. So we've all had our little chance to chit chat. We're just all playing. We're just talking about the same topic, with just each perspective.
Okay.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Was on, and she was quiet, but she was giving her own take on how to move forward and accepting the way we are now and the struggles, but accepting it and moving forward.
Yeah, but I mean, at times, it's kind of hard to say. I don't know. Or like how they say, we might have, but then, of course, if others haven't, even though people say, well, who cares what everybody else thinks, you know what I mean? But it's still hard. And then on top of it, like how I told you last time how things have been going, it just makes it worse. And I don't know. And then a lot of people don't seem to understand, or they just don't care. Not that I expect them to totally understand and hold my hand, but it's just the negative feedback I get, and I don't know.
I don't think it's that they don't care. They just don't want to be bothered.
They just don't want to be what?
Bothered.
Well, I would hope something that I've dealt with since 1983 doesn't bother them, Henry. You know what I mean? Any more than I could tell that to my mother about her spinal injury, right?
Right.
And well, I'm not trying to yell at you, but I'm just saying, and it's like, I would hope that doesn't bother them because I just think people think because mine is so well under control, they just think that there's no problem just because I'm not having seizures all the time and I can still drive and everything, even though I don't have a car. But, I just think people, and then if I talk about it, people think that I'm just, I'm trying to get, which I don't. Instead of having somebody feel sorry for me,
Right.
As my father's always said in Spanish, it's better to be unaccompanied than bad accompanied. There's a good point to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, absolutely.
Of course, I hate it when he's, and I don't like it only when it's the other way around. But but yeah, my dad always used to say that in Spanish at home. And a lot of people, anybody that I've ever told them that, they just think that's a good point.
Yep.
But yeah, and Michael, I told you about the, that I got and just all that, and I don't know. My 5th time, and it's like this is getting ridiculous. But then,
Hello?
Yeah, I don't know where Michael went.
Oh. Everything just went quiet.
Yeah.
He was having some issues with his phone. He might be needing to charge it some more.
Could be.
hello.
Who said hello to me?
It's Katrina.
Oh, hello, Katrina. How are you?
Good. I'm now getting cortisone shots every 3 months.
For your knee?
No, my hip.
Or your hip?
Because last night I was starting to get that arthritic pain in it again.
You what? What happened?
I was getting the arthritis pain in it again.
Uh-huh. So they give the cortisone shots? Now, how long you need to take that?
Until the doctor says I don't need to anymore.
Well, don't you be the better judge? Don't you the better judge than the doctor?
Yeah. Well, I think with this cold weather coming in, it's going to start acting up again.
Uh-huh. How about the heating pad?
It got really bad last night. It went from my hip all the way to my knee.
Okay, what about the heating pad in the morning when you get up?
It doesn't bug me in the morning, only at night.
Okay. So what about the heating pad at nighttime?
I have to double up on my my Mobic.
Double up on the what?
It's called Mobic. They say it's better than ibuprofen.
Okay.
And the physical therapist today told me that the feeling in my leg will come back here in about a year or two.
Okay. And the heating pad don't help at all?
Well, I just started the physical therapy.
Okay. What about the heating pad?
Say what?
A heating pad.
Oh no, that just makes it worse.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did that make it worse? I'm curious.
Well, because I do the hydrotherapy in the shower, so I don't know what the difference between the hydrotherapy in the shower and the heating pad. Sometimes it makes it worse. Sometimes it makes it better. I don't know.
It's
Maybe
the moist heat. The
you
moist
should.
heat makes it better.
I was just gonna say that. Maybe you should get water heating pad.
Yeah. That cortisone shot kind of made me groggy today and made me sweat like no other.
If the aqua therapy helps, definitely a heating pad, water heating pad would definitely help then.
Yeah. Where did Crystal go?
No idea.
I don't know, she's muted.
No.
So who's on? Just between Carol?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. Is Carol on?
Yeah, I'm on.
Okay.
Hi, Carol.
Hi, Patrina.
We lost Mike, I think.
Yeah, someone said something about he needed to recharge his phone or something, maybe.
Right. Okay.
Well, it's kind of good because that
What?
he had to recharge his phone. You know, I've noticed something, Henry.
What?
Every time Angelina comes on the call,
Who?
and when Angelina comes on the call, every
Right.
time I say something, she disconnects herself.
Okay.
And I don't know why.
Okay. I don't know who Angeline is. I don't know who he is.
Angelina's the one that likes to repeat herself.
Don't know. I don't remember her, recall her.
Remember how she was always talking about her denial?
No.
That was her that was on the call. I muted myself for a reason.
Uh-huh. I don't remember her. Is Michael coming back on or you don't know?
I have no clue.
All right.
I don't know. He just disappeared.
Right.
He's probably going to leave us to end the call at 8 o'clock.
What time? What'd you say? What's it, Bettina?
Huh?
What'd you say?
I said he always leaves us to end the call at 8 o'clock when he's not there.
It's 8:30 already.
Different time
It
zones.
is not. It's 7:35 over here, Henry.
Okay, well, it's 8:35 here.
You're an hour ahead of me, silly.
Okay. I think the call is up till 9, I think.
Yeah, 9 your end, 7 my end.
Right,
Or 8 my end, sorry.
right. Hi, Jen.
Hello.
How
Hi,
are
Jen.
you?
I'm good.
Good.
So what is the discussion for tonight?
I think talking about, do you like, or good?
I think it's how do you accept, or something about your brain injury.
Oh,
Or
If you
do,
accept it, deny it, or deal with it. And then he was talking about short-term and long-term goals. I don't know. I wasn't here half the time anyway.
Find me the cord for the laptop.
yeah. Yeah, my biggest thing is just I'm coming to accept it. Of being in a car accident 9 months ago and having issues and
can't hear you.
there are things that I just can't do anymore after being in a car accident.
Right.
So,
Who's got the baby screaming? Who is that?
that's my nephew.
Oh. It's hard to hear. No, sometimes it takes time to deal with that. Takes time.
That's one of the biggest things is dealing with accepting the
New you.
the new you.
Yeah, they take time. Sometimes longer than others.
Yep.
You know, every injury is different, and each person takes longer or shorter to accept. I mean, I'm going on 20 years, and I just deal with it on a daily basis. I deal day by day.
You know, I joined these conference calls because not just to support everybody, but I have a brain disease. I'm bipolar stage 1.
Mm.
And I live a day with it, deal with it on a day-to-day basis with my mental health counselor and everything.
Uh-huh.
But mainly I join these calls to support everybody, including Michael and Anna.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, well, it helps to support yourself.
Well, that too.
Okay.
I agree with that there, Henry.
There's my reasoning for the call. To help
Yep.
support myself. Others too, but through helping others also helps me.
Yep.
Right.
Because it takes away from your injury, your thoughts, and you think about something else.
Okay, who'd we lose again?
We lost Jen.
Oh boy.
Hmm. Hmm. What time is the market usually end the call? At 9?
9.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to leave the call. Hello?
Okay, well, you take care, Henry.
All right, Carol. Be well. Bye, Bettina. She's gone too. Oh,
Oh,
well.
all right. Have a good week.
All right, good night.
Good night, Henry. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
All right. How are you?
Okay.
Sorry. Eh.
We lost you earlier.
Yeah, I'm out here at my boyfriend's house, and the signal's bad out here in the country. It's terrible. Plus, I was in the basement, so because I can't, he sleeps. He works third shift, so I can't really talk out there right now.
Yeah, he needs his rest.
Yep, he went back to work a few months ago.
Yeah.
Mhm. Good old third shift again. That's what he worked when I first met him 17 years ago.
Wow.
Mhm. He's working at Myers. You got Myers out there?
No, what's that?
Myers Thirsty Acres. It's a store that's like basically combined with clothes and shoes, and then it's got a grocery area,
Oh, okay.
and then it's got jewelry. It's got all that kind of stuff in it. He works in the grocery area, stocking and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. He didn't want to go back to work, but he just does it on the side because he has his stocks and bonds from his other job that he worked for like 20 years, and he didn't really want to go back, but the stocks have been going bad, so he went back, I don't know, a few months back, and so he's back on third shift again, and I don't like it.
Yeah. Makes it difficult to spend time together, and you got to be quiet all the time.
Well, yeah, and I don't know. At very first, like I said, I've been with him since '99. At very first, I don't know, he was on third shift for quite a few years, and then they shut third shift down, and they switched whoever they were going to keep between first and second, and he went to second, which was part of first or part of second and part of third. It was from 4 o'clock till 2 in the morning.
Right.
And they went to 4 10-hour shifts instead of 5 8-hour shifts.
Oh, wow.
And they told them they don't want them to get any overtime. That was at the old place, but then they really started screwing him over so bad and kicking him here and there, and he was at that. It was a warehouse where they distribute like all the food and different like things that you see in gas station stores.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff, and they just really messed him over, and so he ended up walking out, and like I said, he was doing his stocks and bonds from there, but then they were just going bad, so he went back a few months ago. He tried, so yeah. And I don't have a car right now, so I am stuck wherever I go. So I've been here since June. Because he came and got me for my birthday, which was June 15th. He goes, "Do you want to come out here for your birthday or whatever?" And I said, "Yeah, but I'm not going to stay forever." And look, it's already freaking October, and I'm still here.
Oh, wow.
I tell him that every time. Now, I don't want to hurt his feelings, but then I say, and even when he wasn't working, he still did this to me. But now he's probably got the excuse more because he works. And, because last June I had to park my car because I can still drive.
Yeah.
I've had epilepsy since 1983.
Oh, wow.
Since I was 16, and I'm 48 now.
Yeah.
I was never told I can't drive because mine's pretty well under control. I take 300 milligrams once a day of Phenotec phenytoin, which is the extended of Dilantin.
Right.
But around last June, I had to park my car because I didn't have insurance, and I did drive a little while without insurance. I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Then my workplace kept screwing me over. And so I had to park it because, of course, you don't have insurance. You can't go in and renew your plates.
Right.
So I'd park it, and then my dad started in telling me, you better get that piece of you-know-what out of here and all this. And I did. Finally, after a few months, my cousin asked me what I wanted to do with it, and his girlfriend bought it, which there was a big fight there. I was asking $300 for it, but then since I was over here a lot, I couldn't get there to clean the car out.
Oh, yeah.
So then he started in, my cousin, well, can you give it to me cheaper? And I felt like saying, what do you mean, Mark? Give it to you. Your girlfriend's the one buying it. It's always just, it was about him like he was buying it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I gave it to him gave it to her, see, now I'm saying, for $280. And my mom told my boyfriend that my dad said, like, I could probably sell that car, and the money I got from it, I could use it for insurance, and that he would give me this really, really nice car that he has, and he still has it parked in the garage, which he hasn't driven anymore. So I did that, and I was all anxious, but I made sure that I didn't say nothing to my dad. I wasn't supposed to know about it.
Right.
And I did that, and he didn't give me the car.
Oh, no.
I mean, I've been waiting and waiting, and then, not that I want to sound like a little selfish little kid, but, you know, I looked forward to it, and then I finally said something to him about it.
Yeah.
He's like, why should I give it to you the way you treat me? I said, what do you mean the way I treat you? How about how you treat me?
Oh,
and
no.
it's just bad. Yeah, and so the car still sits in the garage unlicensed or anything, you know, and it's beautiful. So I don't know if I'll ever get a car. And like I said, I just got turned down for my 5th time for getting disability because of epilepsy. They're telling me that I am not considered disabled enough to get disability.
Yeah, I understand that completely.
Why, they refuse you to get it?
Yeah, I'm on my 2nd or 3rd appeal.
Yep. Well, you know, I called into the lawyer's office and whatever and checked about it because I gave them the address out here because my mom was being nosy and opening all my mail and everything because she was so anxious to get it just to get me out of there probably, but I just didn't like it. And just with her behavior, I told you. She ended up getting it because of her broken back.
Mm.
But look at, like I said, I'm 48 years old. I've had epilepsy since I was 16.
Yeah.
And I just got denied the 5th time, and all people can say is, well, it's normal you get denied. It's normal you get denied. I said, yeah, but what they say on the denial is what counts. And they said I am not considered disabled enough because with accommodations, I can still do things if I need accommodations.
Mm-hmm.
My mother could too. She still worked for a while after she recovered, but when she got her full disability, she stopped working, and now she basically lays in bed like a deadbeat. I hate saying that.
Wow.
And she's been ODing on her medication because my mother also is a recovered addict.
Oh, no.
And she's an RN. She was an RN, but she got her full disability and stopped doing it, and no sweat off of her. And I was going to have a lady go help me in my trial and whatever, and then she called the lady behind my back and told her it's an old, you know, friend from our family. I used to go to elementary school with her older son, and her husband worked with my dad for 40-some years. And she called the lady behind my back and told her, thank you, but you don't need to go. That's my job to do. And it's like,
wow.
Okay, I'm 48 years old. If I want somebody else to go with me, you don't have the rights to do that. I don't care if I live at home or not. Right? You agree with me?
Oh, yeah.
And I tried calling the lady just to talk with her, and the lady never called me back or answered. And then what I did, I called my lawyer and told him about that. And I said, plus, I don't want her in there falling asleep. I don't need that.
No.
The woman can't even stay awake. I explained to him about her situation, which I know that she has been ODing on her medication against, because she's been taken to the hospital so many times
Oh, no.
because of throwing up so many times in the middle of the night. So she can't fool me none.
Right.
But I called my lawyer and I said, I don't want her in there. What she did to me, and I have the choice to pick my own person, right? He goes, yes, you do, Angie. And so he goes, if she ends up showing up, I will be nice to her, but I'll just tell her she's not allowed in the courtroom. And my boyfriend ended up going with me, and he did pretty good. And then all of a sudden, my mom tried calling me, I think like the same night or a couple of days after, and I never called her back. And then finally she called me again, and I just told her, I didn't get it, okay? That's what she wants to hear. I don't know. She probably was hoping, so she thinks she can just kick me right out right away. I don't know. But I want to move back out, trust me. I never wanted to move back home.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But, you know, like I said, my mother, like I said, she's under the influence. She's just bad, and I don't know. Then my dad, 1 minute he's yelling at her, telling her you better stop or whatever, and the next minute he's sticking up for her, no, sweetheart, you got to get in bed. He's enabling her, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard. My dad's like a mother and father around that house, and my dad just turned 78 years old, October 8th.
Wow.
Yeah. He also had back surgery quite a while back, too. So my mom can't think she's the only one that's bad. He ended up getting bad staph infection because they left a tool in his back.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Lovely, I know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be dampering, but yeah. So it's been hard, and I don't know. I want to get in. If nothing's going to work, I want to get a job. That means somebody's going to have to take me back and forth meanwhile, you know, but they don't understand that.
Right, right.
Especially at my age. I even told my boyfriend, I said, do you think maybe they got something on third shift where you work? Oh, you probably can't do it. I said, that's not for you to decide. That's for the bosses to decide.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yep. So I don't know. Yep.
Yeah, it's they kept saying that, you know, I can return to work, and, you know, I said, I can't concentrate. You know, my job required, you know, multitasking and 8 to 10 hours a day on the computer, and, you know, I can't spend more than 30 minutes, you know, on the computer. They're not going to want me to, you know, work for 30 minutes and then take an hour or two break. That don't fly at work, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Did you tell them you had epilepsy at the beginning?
I'm sorry?
Did you tell them that you had epilepsy or whatever at the beginning?
Well, I had a mountain bike accident 13 months ago. My fourth severe concussion. So, yeah. So they knew what happened, and I've, you know, went back to work in October for 7 days, 4 hours each day. And by the 7th day, I was so tired, and I, you know, relapsed. I went backwards. All the progress I had made healing from the concussion, I, you know, lost. And, you know, I was pulled from work immediately, but, you know, it's difficult getting people to understand that, you know, you can't do what you used to be able to do, you know? So.
Well, yeah. And on top of it, my problem, I have more, it's harder. Like, yeah, not everybody's going to understand. I know that. Like, you know, that's all my mom ever says, too. Just like I tell her, well, vice versa. Same with you. You know, I said, nobody's going to understand your situation.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
I mean, she stopped doing nursing for quite a while, too, because, you know, she ended up having a drug problem years ago when she was a nurse. You know, nurses and doctors are popular for that stuff.
Right.
And then she lost her license and everything and whatever, and she went through what she had to do and got hers back. And then she didn't really do it that long, and then she got into going into counseling for alcohol and drug abuse, you know, basically people that go through what she went through. And
Right.
she worked at a place for a long time, and then they closed down and they merged, and then she went and worked at another counseling place, and then my brother bought a building, and he opened up an office for her, and that's where she worked up until she ended up getting her full disability pay, or, you know, money and benefits.
Right.
But then when she had her office, she was working part-time or whatever through a nursing service on call, so she knew what hours she could do and what she couldn't, and then she closed her office down, and then she was just doing the nursing thing.
Yeah.
And then I think she said when she ended up getting her full disability benefits is when she basically stopped. And I mean, but it's been a few years. I can't remember. Every time I ask her what year it was that she got in her accident, they always change. I got 04 stuck in my head, but it always gets longer and longer and longer.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like I feel like she does it to make people feel sorry for her. I don't know. I hate saying that, but it's true.
Yeah.
But like I said, and I feel that, you know, I know she's relapsed a few times. There's quite a few times me and my dad will try sleep, and, you know, and we hear her in the bathroom. We have to call the ambulance, you know, and then
Right.
they take her off of that OxyContin garbage crap that she's been on, and they take her off it, and she's fine until they put her back on it. She's bad again.
Yep. Yep.
Even my boyfriend even says it, even though you can always OD on something else, but still there are things that are worse than others. But yeah, they keep putting her back on that OxyContin crap.
That's ridiculous. So they had me on that when I crashed, and well, they had
Do you
me
think
on.
that's what made you?
I'm sorry.
Do you think that's kind of what made the accident? I mean, it distracted you or what?
Oh, no. I had the accident, and then, you know, they put me on that in the hospital.
Accident.
And as soon as I got out of the hospital, I was like, I ain't taking that crap. You know, that stuff's got to go. You know, and because I think I couldn't remember anything, and you know, it wasn't just the concussion, it was, you know, the OxyContin that they had me on, you know, on top
of it. Yeah, it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, yeah, and it was making it worse. So I was like, no, I don't. I had 2 busted ribs and a messed up shoulder, and I was like, I don't care how much it hurts, you know, I don't want to be taking that stuff, you know. You get addicted to it, and then you can't get off of it.
I wish she'd tell them that.
Yeah.
She knows that too, being a nurse and plus do it, but I don't know. I just feel like she's went back into her old relapse. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because at very first, years ago, you know, at very first when it happened, she was doing that Demerol garbage. So I don't know. It's hard, but then all she can ever say is, well, and then she's been sending my mail here, and I said, you better not make that a habit. And then she's been, and I had the Social Security office change my address from my house to here, which originally the lawyer wanted to do, and he was being a jerk about it. But it's like, because he says, how many days are you there versus at your house in a week? I said, well, I don't know. It's hard to tell because I don't have a car. I don't know from one day to the next.
Right.
And then now that my boyfriend's been working again, you know, I had my mother get on the phone and say, she lives here.
Yeah.
And then finally I did. I had them change it here because my mother was opening my mail and then sending it here. She like slices it at the very end thinking I don't know. And like my Social Security stuff, just because she wants to know if I get it, because she's been saying, well, when you get that, you're going to move out of here. I said, trust me, Mother, that's my first thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
They think I don't want to move out. I don't want to move. I didn't ever want to move back any more than they wanted me to.
Right.
But
Yeah,
then I didn't intend to be there this long.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
You want your independence. You don't want to be, living with your parents,
But then they think I do just because I've never moved back, because I've never moved over here with him after, like I said, I've been with him since 99, but time isn't always what counts. But then people say, well, they figure, well, you've been with him that long. Why aren't you living over there? I mean, do you love him? It's like, if I didn't love him, I wouldn't be with him this long. I don't use people, sorry. That's not, I don't think I have to explain that to anybody either.
Right.
Any more than my mom and dad had to ever explain that if they had to my grandparents,
Right. Right, exactly.
They think it's different back then, they think it's different back then. But yeah, that's how my whole scenario went. And it's just real depressing. I'm just really lucky that all this depression doesn't cause me to have seizures.
Yeah.
But that's why too, because I'm not having them all the time. That's why they keep turning me down from the disability.
Yeah, because it's controlled.
But the point is, like I told them, but I still have it. I have to take medication every day, right? So I still have it. So that's pretty ridiculous,
Yeah.
I know that's not how they go by it, but heck, I know people that get it from just having migraine headaches. So why in the heck shouldn't I be able to get it? You understand? I mean, don't you agree?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Ridiculous. Plus, I have bad learning because of it. I was in special education for 8 years, even though I was in special education before I even found out that I had it. But it was basically lingering in my body all those years, the neurologist said. And it basically took 16 years to catch up to me.
Right.
Because like I said, I had high fevers when I was a newborn. Then I ended up getting seizures. My fevers were going up and down, up and down. My mother told the doctor, you got to do something about my daughter's fevers here, because if you don't, she's going to die.
Yep.
And the doctor told my parents, well, we all got to go sometime.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's heartless.
That's when I think my mom went out the hall and flagged somebody down, or went up to the front desk and says, I want that A-hole off my daughter right now. He better not come near her. They got me another doctor. They got a bed of ice. They put me on a bed of ice and got my fevers down, and within, I was sitting up like a normal couple days, weeks, year-old child.
Yeah.
I don't think they put me on any medication. And it wasn't until all of a sudden, 16 years old, my mother noticed me I get the absence ones, like daydreaming,
Yeah.
My mother noticed me have one at home. On top of being a nurse, she, knows all that. And, and so she took me to the neurologist, and that's when they diagnosed me with it. And they, asked her, like, has she had anything go on lately or whatever, any accidents, all that stuff. And she explained to them how, when I was younger, how that happened. And they said that that's probably what caused it. And it just took 16 years to catch up with me.
Wow.
But I was in the hospital for like the first two months of my life after that happened, because my fevers were going up and down, like I said. And I didn't come home till like maybe 2 months after I was born. And I almost died because I ended up coming down with pneumonia really bad because of it, the fevers. Yep.
That's crazy.
Like I said, if you see me, I'm just like anybody else. I don't. You can't tell. Well, like some people with their disabilities, I mean, Not that I'm saying anything bad, but you know what I mean. I mean, but that's why a lot of people figured, well, you're on your medication, right? Yeah, so all it does is control them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I'm sick and tired of people always saying, well, it's probably your medication that causes your memory. I get so sick of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it can, but the neurologist basically said no. Yours is in your temporal lobes, so that is what basically causes the bad memory. Mine's in the temporal lobes, and the area makes a big difference.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I don't know if that's ever going to straighten out, but if it doesn't, something's got to give here, you know, either, I don't know, my dad was ever going to give me that car, or they take me back forth so I can get a job, because I'm not gonna live like this.
Right. Right.
I feel like I'm 80-some years old and I'm 46. It's just very depressing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and with winter coming, that's no good.
Nope.
Because you get that seasonal depression on top of it.
Kinda. But then you know how the chaos is at home. That
Yeah.
doesn't help it, you know. It's like
Right.
a few weeks. Well, I've been here since like June at my boyfriend's, you know, because he asked me if I wanted to come here for my birthday, and he came and got me because my birthday was in the middle of June.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, okay, but I'm not going to be here forever, and I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But since he's working, and but before that, something happened, and my dad, I guess, while I was gone, the cops came to our house. And when me and my boyfriend stopped back over there about a month or two ago, so I could get a couple of things, like I needed to see if I had some, I can't remember what they were. There was some important thing, some papers. And so we stopped over there, and my mom was gone to the doctor, I guess. And all of a sudden my dad's like, gets up off the couch in Spanish, what are you doing here? I said, I live here. You such and such, get out of here. I said, what?
Oh, wow.
You called the police on me. I said, I did not call the police on you. I swear. And he didn't want to believe me. But me and my boyfriend said something, and he remembered what happened. Me and him were sitting in his car in our driveway, my mom and dad's driveway. And we got into an argument. And I think the lady next door to us heard it, older lady. But, her husband passed away a few months ago, too.
Yep.
And so, they always go to bed really early, and, well, her now. And I think she might have been the one that called, or somebody did. And my boyfriend ended up saying that he thinks that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents have had kind of problems with them before, even though it was a little better, but still, I wouldn't doubt it. And he's like, no, I was with Angie. She did not do that.
Yeah.
So I think he believed them. But when I do go home, he better not act like we never talked about it.
Right.
Because that's how my parents are. But I did say, and I didn't want to act like a smart aleck, I said, okay, Dad, I'll be home soon. I didn't try to sound really mean or nothing, but, it's pretty sad. I feel like I got to say that every time.
Right.
So, yeah. I don't know. I don't help my mom that much. I really don't, because of the fighting. I just stay in my bedroom.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And I make jewelry. I like to make homemade jewelry. I started doing that a few months ago.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
I made a separate Facebook account for my jewelry ad and stuff, but yeah, I got a lot of likes, but I haven't gotten anybody asking about it. I had one guy that's my friend asked me about if I would make him some epilepsy bracelets, and I did, and then he's telling me that he couldn't get them right now, so I still have them.
Oh, wow.
Because he was going to be hosting a walk, an epilepsy block, and then me and him kind of got into a little bit, and I just haven't talked to him anymore, and I still got the bracelets, and he said he still wanted them, but I don't hear nothing. But if I have an opportunity to give one away to somebody, or just even as a, you know, a gift for somebody without that meaning, I will.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah, I love to do that. I got into that, and I made a separate website with my jewelry ad on it, but I haven't made any prices yet. That's the thing. I gotta try to think of a price list for that and keep to my price list.
Right, absolutely.
But I don't know what's good and what's not. You know, I got to think of my items and my wire and my. I have a friend from high school that I came in contact with, that lives in Texas now because she got divorced, and she does on eBay shopping and all that.
Right.
And she came up here and visited a couple months ago, and I made her a really nice bracelet and necklace set, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, Angie, that's beautiful. You should go on eBay and sell that."
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, "I can get you all that kind of stuff really, really cheap on there." And she did. She got me a bunch of beads, a bunch of you know, the earring back, not the backs, but the posts for the earrings.
Right.
They look almost like thumbtacks, you know.
Right.
And she got me a bunch of those. Oh, and she got me like a small, you know, like a small average box that people will send stuff in. She got that stuffed with stuff. She stuffed it with that and sent it here to my boyfriend's house.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and she said she got me some more stuff, and she's gonna send me. So I told my boyfriend I'm gonna make her some nice things, and I'm gonna not say nothing about it. I bought some of those padded yellow envelopes, and I'm gonna send her some stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, and make her some stuff. I don't know if she wears earrings anymore, but I hope. I don't want her like giving it away, you know. But I guess that's up to her.
Yeah.
But, oh yeah, she stuffed that box. She had to like tape it shut. Really, really tape it shut. I know you got to tape it anyways, but it was like popped up, you know.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Overflowing.
And she didn't even make me pay her for it, you know. She's like, "That's my present to you," you know, because I haven't seen her in like since 1986.
Wow.
But yeah. Mhm. Well, yeah, it made me really feel good.
Yeah. Well, I hate to cut you short, but I got to get going.
Yeah, my phone might be dying soon too, so.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it stayed on this long.
Yeah.
But my battery is down right to the red, so.
Yeah, that's where mine's about.
Everybody else get off of there?
I'm sorry?
Did everybody else log off or what?
It looks like Crystal's still on, but she's muted, so
Crystal, you don't want to talk to us? Crystal? I guess not.
I guess not. All right, well, we'll talk to you next week.
What's your name?
I'm Carol.
Carol. I don't know if I ever did I ever talk to you before? I don't know.
Yeah, I just started calling in last week, so.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't, you know, I for a while wasn't coming on because of just, you know, problems with certain people on here and whatever. So, yeah, I almost debated whether I was going to come tonight. So, but yeah, so, well, my name.
Oh, I lost you.